Morning, everyone. As the title suggests, it's turned a little cooler here today. Thank God. Been really, really hot the past few days, and yeah, it's a little cooler, which is good because I've got to go out today. I've got to shut it down by about 12 o'clock because I've got a meeting at Callum School today. So yeah. Hi Kate, how are you? They did say that, you know, sort of this is the calm before the storm, so to speak, because next weekend is going to be a scorcher, apparently, according to the weather forecast. So how is it in Wales, Kate? Has it cooled down there any? Here in Sheffield, it's a bit overcast. I've had to put the light on because it was a little bit dull in here, but it's dull, like overcast. It's not cold, but it's, you know, it's still warm. Hi, Big Red Bear. How are you? So, whoa. You'll get it. You'll get it. Believe me. And I woke up this morning, all my hands swollen up. I mean, normally, through my weight loss, these rings are loose and dropping off, and I can only just get them off this morning. I mean, look at that. So, oh dear, that's the only problem when it's warm. I mean, you get the problems with the ants. Luckily, I mean, we don't get a massive amount, but you see the odd one. But last year we had to put some ant powder down, sort of out the front and out the back. I think so. You see, I do take a water tablet for that reason, but I've got up this morning and it's sort of like, you know, I mean, compared to that one, I mean, that one's normal, but compared to, you know, I mean, it's like all, I mean, all my knuckles and everything's all swollen up and everything. So, and just put it this way, I'm glad I'm right-handed and not left-handed. I don't know. But you see, for years and years and years, I've had trouble with this shoulder, like arthritis. Now, when I went to bed last night, my shoulder were killing me. This elbow were killing me. And so as I say, I've just got up this morning and it's probably water retention because I've been trying to, obviously with the weather, trying to drink as much water as I can. So I don't know whether it's the fact that I've been drinking more water. Hi, boss man. Do you want an invite, boss man? We see that's the thing, Big Red Bear. I've got Callum School at 1 o'clock. I've got his review of his statement. So hiya, Vicky. So yeah, see, it not be a massive sort of long one this morning because I have got Callum School at 1 o'clock. So I booked the taxi for 12:30. Yeah, you see, I think it's the heat as well, and because the fact that I've been drinking more water. Well, you both came on at the same time then.
Bonjour. Yeah, we've been that. Yeah, we as you can see, we are together. It's just official now. Me and Vicky came together.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, a couple.
How are you, Adam?
Let me mute my sound. There we go.
So I'm talking to Kate about that. I've got up this morning. See my hand.
Hold on, I can't see anything for a second.
My hand's also, you know, compared to that one, I mean, that one's normal. But look at Look at difference in that one and that one.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
But
sometimes
I don't know whether it's like the heat and the fact I've been drinking more water, but I do take a water tablet because I had exactly the same problem with my ankles, like all swelling up and everything. And they put me on some, Mickey's going to drive me to school. He says he's going to be a taxi driver.
I'm just about to upload. I've just made a very short, funny video about the wonderful Eagle VP.
Oh.
Aww.
I'm going to upload.
He said, shush, I will have my firing suit in the boot. But yeah, it were one of them mornings this morning. I got up at 6 a.m. with Callum and Chris, and my head were absolutely pounding. It was absolutely pounding this morning. So I thought, sod this, I'm going back to bed.
Yeah,
So I only had an hour, you know what I mean? But normally if I get up with like that sort of headache, if I go back to bed, even if it's only for an hour, it tends to, you know. So, Kate says, be right back, got to hoover up the dead ants. You see, that's the problem when it gets warm. It's the ant problem then, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got my business turning up in the next half hour.
Oh dear. What I say? It'll be mayhem then.
You'll get to meet him.
Oh. I take it from what you were saying is a little bit of a handful.
A little bit, you'll see.
Mm.
Yeah, there we go.
I know it says I'm echoing, but I've got all my stuff muted, so
It's not echoing this end, so
I think it's stopped now.
oh,
Yeah,
I think it's a YouTube thing these days because, you know.
Yeah, it's gone now. I know it has. I know it's gone.
You see, after his interview last night with Alex,
I've just been watching it. I'm over halfway through watching it. I'm at 53 minutes.
Yeah, it says it's gone now.
Because I went on someone else. I went for a change. I didn't live stream myself because normally I do on a Sunday night, but I had so much to do and I kept putting it off, clearing up for Max turning up, that I actually went on. I managed, and Dewey actually went live for a change, so I joined his panel. So I got.
Oh, yeah. Is Dewey okay now then?
Pardon?
Is Dewey okay now?
Yeah, he was just a bit upset about something his sister had said at his house.
Well, I mean, it's you know, he's going through a lot. It's all right, I'm just adjusting my cushion. I'll just move. It's all right, I'm going some clothes out ready for when he comes in from school. He's gone through a lot, bless him. He's you know, he's lost his mum, and then to have his sister on his case as well, you know.
Yeah. And his sister is not being helpful at all. She's got all this money. His sister has got money, and she's actually wanting Dewey to give her money and trying to sell stuff that he shouldn't have to sell. That's
horrible.
I know.
Holy cow.
You know.
Well, you see,
and he can't sell the house or move out of the house because it's under a certain contract thing until for a certain amount of time, and he really doesn't want to be there anymore.
Well, this is it. I mean, probably the best thing for him is when this sort of contract ends is to sell the house and you know, and start afresh, if you know what I mean.
That's what he wants to do. He wouldn't get much from the house because it'd have to be split and stuff.
Hi, Karate. How are you? Well, you see, he says, have a good day, Mrs. P. I'm just going to bed here. Oh.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, my mum, we didn't have that with my mum because my mum had sort of previous years ago. I mean, she did own her own house, but then they sold it and they moved to Skegness. Yeah. Well, when my mum's husband died, I mean, my stepdad, she, you know, it were too painful for her to stop there, so she moved back to where, you know, we all originally from. And she says, well, I can't see the point in buying another property. I may as well just rent.
Yeah.
So basically, we didn't have that problem because the property was only rented. But she did have, you know, money in the bank. And you see, there's only me and my sister and an elder brother, which we haven't seen for years. But I mean, this is the sort of person my mum was. The three stepchildren got as you know, an equal amount as what we did.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's
same
the
as
way it should be, yeah.
same as I've said. I mean, there were a bit of controversy about that, but I'm not going into things with that.
Oh yeah.
You
They're
know,
always-
it's sort of not a thing I want to discuss really, but
No.
Yeah.
you know, there were, out of the three stepchildren, there was only one. I mean, the eldest of the three stepchildren, he went to every oncology appointment with my mum. You know, he was there. You know, so but you know, I mean, same as I say, I don't really want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know my sister-in-law went through a bit when her mom passed, and her one sister is completely, I don't know, crazy, I guess you could say, because she come in thinking, oh, I'm just going to get this, I'm going to come in, pick what I want, and leave. But her mom had made sure specific in the will who got what.
Yeah.
She wasn't happy with that, so her sister turned around and went, okay, you know what? Why don't you guys can have everything you want, and I will just take, I'll take myself and I'll leave. You guys can have everything.
Well,
so,
you see, that were a good thing about what my mum had sort of done specifics in the will. And, you know, as regards to my elder brother, sort of before she passed, she said, don't tell him I'm gone. I don't want you contacting him, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, so same as me and my sister said, my mum don't want it. So what my mum wants, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hi, Keith. I have sent you an invitation. But yeah, you know, I mean, there's sort of reasons behind that, you know, with my elder brother. But just finished my Joe Fire show. Will be okay then, Keith. I mean, just pick the link up when you've done. But you know, she sort of specified in her will and everything exactly, you know, and where she wanted her ashes scattering right down to, you know, right down to the letter.
Yeah.
But you know, as regards sort of, you see, my mum always used to wear a ring, not all the time, but of her ex-husband, not her ex-husband, a late husband. So I said to the elder son, this was your dad's ring. I think it's only right that you have it.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, that was sort of, I mean, my sister both agreed. You know, this was your dad's ring. I think he would have wanted you to have it as being the eldest son.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a question though, or not really a question, well, sort of. Did you guys see the video that I posted in the
Yes, and I think Chris has commented on it.
No, I don't know if I have or haven't. What videos?
Something about I can't remember the exact title. The Hoop Crew and the hashtag I'm a Creator. It's 2 channels.
I'm just going to go look now. I don't think I have watched it because it doesn't sound familiar.
Okay.
I'm already supporting to BDT anyway.
Yeah. But basically what happened after the thon is both of them were attacked by trolls, and Vern lost almost 200 supporters. He had comments and everything else that were vulgar and disgusting that his daughter saw. And BTV has been receiving death threats.
Oh dear.
And that's why I put out the challenge to.
Well, you see, the thing is, I mean, if he's receiving death threats, I hope his screen saved all the comments.
Oh, yeah.
And you know,
he's such an awesome lad, though. I mean, like, he's such a sweetheart and everything else, and you know, it just made me sick. There's more to it, but
yeah,
you know.
I mean, it's horrible when it's coming to that, you know, when people think that it's all right, you know, to attack a channel in such a way as that.
Yeah, his channel is at risk of being shut down. Like, I don't know what's going on right now, Yes, thank you, Keith. But I haven't heard. Hey, Bella.
Hi, Bella.
Oh, hello, Bella. You just script in there.
So BDT is Brad from Bristol, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And is he the one that's been getting the death threats, etc.?
Yeah. Yeah.
What am I missing?
Vic has put a vlog up.
I saw that about the two channels.
Yeah, well, the BDT is a British guy. His name's Brad. They've been leaving him vulgar comments and death threats.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I clean the kitchen.
There's so much of this going on now on YouTube. So much of it because we've started back on my channel in some of the live streams recently, and also Dewey was getting a hell of a lot of it yesterday. These trolls, they're back again. They're just out there.
Does it just happen for live streams, or do they come on channels?
They do come and leave comments on videos as well, because I get loads in my spam stuff and stuff. You just have to just block them.
Well, you see, the thing is, I mean, I set mine up so it can hold for review any inappropriate comments.
Yeah.
In the chat and on like your vlogs.
But so it doesn't always work because it's still in beta or beta, as they call it. It doesn't always.
But well, it's sort of a thing that I've done as a precaution, let's say.
And you can also put into your community settings, you can put a whole load of keywords in that you don't want. If these certain words are mentioned, then they're a blocked list. So you can actually.
Yeah. Well, that's I mean, basically what the Nightbot is that Chris uses, isn't it? I mean,
that's not what I'm meaning about the Nightbot, and this is nothing to do with Nightbot.
No.
This is actually built into YouTube. You can put a whole list of words, inappropriate words that you don't want used on your channel, in comments or in live streams in chat, and it flags them up so you can choose whether to accept them or not.
Yeah. But this is the thing, like, I felt so bad for him yesterday, and right now his channel, they went in and to his channel and they flagged about 17 of his videos. So now his channel's up for review and it's at risk of being shut down.
What does that mean? Flagged his video? Who flagged?
They went in and reported the video saying that there was inappropriate content.
Oh, good God! Do they do that as well?
Well, you see what it is, Bella. If you get a certain amount of complaints on, let's say, a single video, YouTube can flag you, and if they get so many reports, they can actually give you a strike and stop you from live streaming for 90 days.
Yeah. And this is the thing, like, I had one video that I put up and it was the kids in the bath. They were playing with a bunch of Orbeez and whatever, and somebody reported it, and I'm like, okay, so I wrote a letter to YouTube and I said, look, there's nothing vulgar in it, there's no nudity, there's no this, there's no that, so they put the video back up, so it's on my thing now.
Well, but, I mean, I don't want to mention no names, but we do have somebody that follows us, and he always comes in. Poor Michael David Bain. I mean, I don't know whether he's watching or not, but he got a strike. He said he did a vlog yesterday that he'd got a strike. Now, he openly admits that he's gay.
Yeah.
And it's just something gay man dancing or something like that. I don't know what the title of the thing is, but basically that's what he got a strike for, because he does look young, and it got a strike because YouTube thought it was him filming a minor.
Oh, brother.
So basically it's temporarily been lifted because he sort of contacted YouTube and he says, I was actually 23 at the time.
Yeah.
You know, he says, I'm sorry if, you know, and it is me that's in the video. I just filmed myself dancing.
Yeah.
So temporarily it's been lifted.
Yeah. But, yeah, like, I feel so bad for him right now. I haven't heard from him yet. He said he's going to let me know as soon as he hears from YouTube, because usually it takes about 14 hours or so. But because there's 17 videos they have to go through, you know, like there was even a video of him talking about the shirt that he received in the mail, because it was a hashtag I'm a creator moderator, and it was specific for him. And so, of course, he's modeling the shirt and he's showing it off and everything else. And there's nothing inappropriate about that, but they flagged it because of these stupid trolls. Now,
But
I have been told that there is a certain video on a certain person's channel stating specifically to go and troll James Cox's live.
no.
Would that certain person be a moderator on his channel as well?
Nope.
I
No.
thought.
That certain person is a certain he who must not be named.
Oh, him.
Oh well.
You know, and also there's a channel who was having some issues with another channel. I guess a bunch of his people went in and were spamming the chat. We had over 50 trolls on Saturday.
Let me just say this to Technical Channel. We've had to warn you before. We don't just come in and say, I got you, please get me back. We interact like Queen of Kitchen is interacting with the chat. Queen of the Kitchen says, even I got a strike on a video, even after using music which was available on Film Laura. Though I did not want to, I had to delete it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very sort of tricky, you know, thing at the moment. I mean, I'm not monetized. I don't get super chat or anything, you know. But I try not, you know, I try not to even have the television on or anything, just in case any music or anything comes on. It's a very rocky road at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I made the video, because I mean, Vern has been there like you have been for me, Jeanette. He's
Yeah.
been for me behind the scenes. Brad and I have chatted on and off screen. Like, we've become really good friends. And to see this happening to them, knowing that they're such great people, and I would do the same for anybody here in this panel.
Exactly.
Or in our little community here, that it just made me sick to my stomach. And I had to make the video, so that's why the challenge has been put out there, to go and support them, but to be genuine about it, like, go watch their videos, go tweet them out, do whatever, you know. It just, anyways, I just wanted to bring that up.
Well, it's basically just showing your support for them and getting people that support you to support them, and letting them know that everybody's there for them. Hi, Vanessa. You know, it's a case of, you know, what's the world coming to today, you know, when you've got, you know, same as you said, about 50, and Emily said she's on her way to college to sign up to do a level 2 maths.
Ooh,
Keith, if you see there's a video on my channel that I've just uploaded, don't be offended. It's a shout out video. It's nothing horrible. I promise you, Keith. The name of the video.
Yes, and I just want to say thank you to Bella as well.
Yes.
If you saw on the Facebook group, I'm in the middle of a coffee cup.
Yeah.
Hi, Vanessa.
Well, thank you. Like, we don't have to talk about it anymore. I just really wanted to address that, because I'm so sick of these trolls and this crap that's going on, that it just, you know what, it's got to end. And if that certain person, like I said, that we don't talk about, if that certain person has gotten that petty,
exactly.
It
basically, I mean, from my point of view, it's just a case of sour grapes.
Yep.
One thing, Vicky, it's on YouTube. It's never going to end. It's, even if you think it's going to end, it's going to, everything. It just keeps moving on, and it keeps escalating. Then it goes to another person. Then it changes, and another person. It's always going to be on YouTube. Never used to be. Never used to be.
Hashtag community.
What's that, Bella? Sorry.
do they seem to be attacking the hashtag community?
Yeah, right at the moment, yeah.
Hiya, Hazel's Reptiles. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, you know, it's, I mean, from my perspective, it's just sour grapes.
Yep,
End
it
of the
is.
day.
It's just
pure
jealous
jealousy.
wannabes.
Yep.
You know, even, I mean, to me, I've got two separate sides to YouTube. This is like my fun side, and you know, and my hobbies, makeup. Obviously, I love it, but it's a different side of YouTube for me. Do you know what I mean? I do like the two different things. Now, on the makeup, there's one lady Keith's always talking about, Melissa 55. She's lovely. She's a lovely, lovely woman. She's beautiful inside and out. And if you see some of the comments that she gets, and the thing about her is you can see they hurt her, because she comes on, she'll come on and she'll say, I got this message about I've dressed too young. Well, why I dressed like this? I got this message to say my hair was a certain way. Well, I done it like that because what I say to her, why are you justifying yourself to them?
Yeah, exactly.
You know
Exactly.
what I mean? You haven't got to justify yourself. Just block them and get on with your channel.
It's your channel. Do what you want. Dress how you want. Say what you want.
You're always gonna
see.
I mean,
Once
you're
they
always,
see they've got you, once they see they hurt you, they keep coming back.
yeah, they keep
hashtag be yourself. Hashtag
you know,
be
keep
yourself.
chipping away at you. I mean, I've had sort of, I have had a few negative comments on my baking videos, but it's something that she loves doing, you know. And at the end of the day, don't be something that you're not, or you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Yeah. The thing is, I said to Jeanette, sorry, Bella.
Some people are just nasty. They just want to be nasty. They've got
exactly.
Their own lives are so pathetic that they've got to go in and hurt other people.
Yeah.
You know, sorry, Vicky.
I just remember when you got a few nasty comments from one lady, and she was saying, "Oh, I wouldn't do it that way," and this and that and the other thing. And I said, you know what? We each have our own way of doing things, and it may not always be what everybody else thinks it should be.
Yeah.
But that's not why we made our channel, or it's not why you made the video. You made it because the way you make it turns out absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
And everybody's drooling over it. So back off, you know. Like,
you know, it's the same thing. I mean, my mum taught me to bake.
Yeah.
So I look at it from this perspective. Sort of, if I've got to 55 and don't know what I'm doing, then it's time to pack up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for people to say, oh, what? I mean, mostly I do get positive comments, but there is certain odd, you know, negative comments. Well, not negative but, you know, when I do my baking videos and Bella's had the thing and Vicky has had the picture, what I made yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, and that's sort of, you know, but I mean, in my perspective, I mean, it turned out perfect.
It did. It did. You want to see my pavlovas? Oh my God.
I had to laugh because I sent me and Vicky were talking on Messenger, and I says, oh, the pavlova's in the oven. I've sort of logged the pavlova. How much longer has it got to be in oven? You know, I says, oh, well, it's got at least another 10 minutes. I says, don't worry. I says, I'll give you a sneak preview. I says, before, you know, the actual vlog goes up, because it has to stand overnight for 8 hours. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Wawia.
Wawia.
So, you know, it's, and then sort of the pavlova had come out the oven. I put it on the cooling rack to cool. And then Callum's coming down chomping at the bit. I thought, well, I'm getting it from all sides now. I says, it's got to be left overnight or at least 8 hours. I think it's for the meringue to settle or whatever. But you know what I mean? You know, it's sort of, It's out of my control. I've got to leave it to stand for 8 hours.
Well, I was laughing. I said, you may have to watch Callum overnight. Maybe Callum, sorry. He'll get up in the middle of the night.
One of these sleepwalks.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he'd eat it as it is, because it, same as I say, tonight is the finishing touches. It's like the cream and the strawberries, if you know what I mean.
When you putting the video up?
It'll probably be up later today. Same as I say, it's just a case of whipping the cream or chopping the strawberries up and you know, it's not sort of, it's only like a 2-minute process, because what I'm going to do is, once I get back from school this afternoon, I'm going to prepare the strawberries, you know, chop them all up and everything, and it's just a case of a tablespoon of icing sugar into the cream and a bit of vanilla essence and just whipping it up, and you know. So yes, it will be hopefully up sometime tonight. It's probably all have gone by tonight as well.
There'd be a picture, there'd be a thumbnail of 2 crumbs on a plate.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah, and Bella, there'll be a picture afterwards of Pixie and Callum with the stuff.
Oh, they're around their face.
Keith says it will have.
Yeah.
But you see, it's not plausible to make anything like that for the Birmingham meetup, if you know what I mean, because that sort of thing not travel very well, if you know what I mean. Can you imagine sort of putting it in a container, and by the time we get there, all strawberries has fell off? And
then it will become Eton mess, because that's what Eton mess is basically pavlova all crushed up, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Vanessa, I have vlogged making the meringue bit, but you have to leave it to stand 8 hours. But I am going to finish it off tonight, and it will be vlogged, and it'll probably be up sometime tonight, hopefully, fingers crossed.
No. That's funny.
But yeah, you know, and you think to yourself, well, I've spent all this time making it, and then sort of 2 minutes and it's devoured. Yeah,
exactly.
Bye, Queen of the Kitchen. Thank you for joining us, and I do appreciate you coming in to the live stream.
Stella's next door.
Hello, Matt. Hello. Got a puppy coming in.
We assume that's the visitor.
Yeah.
It's not actually up at the moment, Vanessa. If you just look under my name, I have done previous. Hiya, DJ. But yeah, I made the pavlova bit yesterday, the meringue bit. But it says in the recipe it's got to stand overnight, preferably, or at least 8 hours. I think it's to let the meringue settle and whatever. But I've just got the cream and the strawberries to put on top of it tonight. So hopefully the vlog will be up later.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, I'm a very basic cook. I do the basic things well. I make a good stew, I make a good shepherd's pie, I make a good roast dinner, you know, I make a good steak and kidney pie, all the basic old-fashioned food.
Yeah. Well, you see, I've printed a lot of recipes off, Bella, and same as I say, everybody knows me as doing baking.
Yeah.
But I have printed like steak and kidney pudding off, and Oh, there were one, Bella. It looks absolutely heavenly. Chocolate baked Alaska. Ooh.
Oh, wow. Mm.
I mean, Keith's seen the recipe, so I mean, he can tell you it looks absolutely divine.
Oh, wow.
But it's like you bake like a cake base.
Yeah.
You pile the ice cream on top, and then obviously you smother it in meringue.
Oh,
and I keep thinking, you know, is it a little bit too complicated? You know, I sort of keep saying, well, I might do that. And then I think, oh, you know what I mean? I sort of have a few darts as, you know,
It's with Alaska, because I have done a couple in the past when the kids were smaller. The key is to the temperature. You've got to do it quick. You've got to flash it, because if you do it too slow, the ice cream just melts.
Yeah.
No, the key is the temperature with an Alaska.
Well, you see the bowl I've got like a Pyrex like round pudding dish, as I call it. Now it does say you put the ice cream in that and pack it right down.
Yeah.
But you've like got a normal, like a singular cake base, and then once I think you put this ice cream in the bowl, pack it down, and then put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
And basically you leave it in the freezer until you've made the meringue, etc.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, but it's sort of one of them things that you can't make how the weather's been just lately.
No.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got to make sure that the sponge is cooked and cold before you put the cream on. And don't
it's all down to the timing, really, isn't it?
Don't get soft scoop ice cream like I did, silly cow.
Oh man. Love your honesty, Bella, I tell you.
But it's a case of, I think myself, I keep saying I'm going to make it. And then obviously the weather's been that warm. And I thought, well, yesterday, I mean, I've been putting this pavlova off for the past 2 weekends because of the weather. And even when I were doing the meringue bit to the pavlova yesterday, I was like this and I was sweating. Yeah. Oh, and this is the thing. There's a funny part to it as well. It says to mark a 9 centimetre round thing. So I makes that. The first one were a little bit creased. So I said to Chris as well, I won't have to do it again, really. I says, because this greaseproof paper is not going to stick to the. So anyway, it says use a little bit of the meringue, stick the it's like a template sort of. So I put a blob of meringue on the baking tin. Hi, Golden Gamer.
Hey, yeah, hello.
Cute.
He's got a good voice anyway.
Right, then you get Max.
So anyway, I put this little blob of meringue on the baking tray.
Yeah.
To put the template on it, and I squished it down, and I went to Chris. Oh, look at that! And it had come like out in an heart shape. So he actually filmed that bit, and I went, now it comes out like that when you don't mean to, but you know what I mean. And all I'd done was like put a blob in and pressed it down and sort of tried to smooth it out a little bit, and it come out in an heart shape. So,
oh, cool.
But he did put that little bit in because when that happened, it stopped filming. You see, and I went, "Oh, look at that!" I said, "It's even come out in an heart shape. Look."
It was meant to be.
So we haven't seen Golden Gamer Serbia for quite a while.
Yeah.
I think he's been on vacation.
I was looking, Jeanette, at the you know what techno is I am. I was looking at the Airbnbs.
Yeah.
And I was looking for Air One.
Yeah.
I can't find it. All I can find is like £250 a night posh hotels.
Oh no. Same as I say, because you see, I was starting to panic, Bella, because I haven't had an email come through to say, because when you book it, it says you don't have to pay anything now.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've had this conversation with Keith, and like at the weekend, I thought, well, it's only 2 weeks. I've not had anything saying, can you pay now or whatever. So, because Keith asked me the same question, he says, anyway, you have the option to book now. So I did that right from the get-go.
Yep.
So, and I was panicking because I'd not heard anything from them, an email to say, can you pay now or blah, blah, blah. So I actually went on the house itself and I went through it, how many guests, what dates you want, and it says this date is unavailable. So I'm assuming it's booked.
It's us.
Yeah. But you know what I'm like. I tend to panic, and I thought
I'm like
I hadn't had no notification or an email saying you've got so many days to pay, blah blah blah, and I panicked and I went on the Airbnb and sort of
our dates are gone.
Yeah, so obviously it's booked. But same as I said to Keith, they might not even contact me till like the week before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're staying here.
I don't really know how it works because this is the first time I've sort of booked through them.
Perhaps we don't pay till we get there. I don't know.
But it does say like book now. But it says if you book now, you don't have to pay anything straight away. But I'm sort of I like everything. Sort of, I don't like leaving anything till last minute. You know what I mean?
We'll all be squatting some derelict.
Oh my gosh!
But it's like when we go on holiday, I always unpack week before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you don't want
I get all my clothes sorted out and.
Yeah.
And then you've got sort of my friends saying, "Oh, I don't pack till the night before." I say, "Oh, I couldn't do that."
No, I have to be organised. When we go down to my daughter's, I'm like, I said to Beth, right, get your stuff ready, and I put right, I'll need that. And if the kids mess my clothes up, I'll need that, and I organise. Beth goes, 5 pairs of pants, boom. 5 pairs of socks, boom.
Well, that's meant for you, isn't it, Bella? I mean, us women are all organised and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that night that we went over to Keith. We'd sort of packed some overnight stuff, but we were down in the guest room, and I says, "Oh, Callum's going to want his pants and his socks and his clean clothes for in the morning." So Chris comes back up from the room and he says, "I can't find him any socks or any pants." He says, "Well, I know I put him a pair in." So he sort of said to Callum, he says, "You've got to, you're going to have to put the same pants and socks on as you had on yesterday." Anyway, when we got up that next morning, I went in the case for my clean clothes and I went,
"You put me in
what do you call these then? Scotch Mist?"
Yeah, Scotch Mist, definitely.
Yeah. And when to Keith, he was saying, "I can't find any clean pants and socks."
Yeah, well, he's moving in with me, isn't he? He's coming to live with me, Callum. Junior Eagle.
But you see, Callum and Keith, look at me. Callum and Chris are so much alike in that respect. Unless it jumps out and bites them on the nose, they can't find anything.
Aren't all men like that, Keith?
I'm not. I know where everything is.
Oh, Golden Gamer says, "I was really busy and living in a new home with my brother. A lot has happened."
Cool.
I was just saying we hadn't seen him for a while, Keith.
No, we haven't, have we?
No.
I'll tell you what, that shout out that Adam's done for me, absolutely brilliant.
I didn't get
paper. Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Adam. Appreciate that.
You're welcome, Ken. Well, at least it proves one thing that I have been, and I'm not finished watching it. I've watched about 53 minutes of it, of your excellent interview with Alex.
Oh, that was so good.
So I've still got a little way to go, but that's where I got the clip from. I was just...
Well, I appreciate it.
I was thinking about it, last night as well, because we watched Adams and then Dennis last week. And 2 nice people, and how nice an interview can go when you're interviewing a nice, decent...
Well, the right people.
Yeah, and that Dennis, he's a lovely chap, he is.
Yeah.
I've gone on and watched it. I mean, I would never have heard of him had it not been for Keith's interview. But what a nice chap he is, and I've gone over and watched all his. He's clever and all. He's good at what he does.
He is, yeah.
I did send Ian an invitation, but he says not today, still not feeling it.
Yeah.
That was his singing last night. I see you singing last night on Facebook.
Yeah, I did as well. Yeah, always do it. Always pops up. Ian's live.
He had the mic last night. I thought, what's he doing?
Too much to drink as usual.
I could pot call it kettle black.
Oh, yeah.
He came on the hangouts. He says, I just want to check it's working okay. He says, I'm a bit sozzled. He says, I've been to my mates and I've had 4 G&Ts this afternoon.
Yeah, I've never had G&Ts. Quite like them, so I've got an acquired taste for it now.
Now he's got taste for a G&T now, as well as whiskey.
Yeah.
Not a good gin and tonic.
So I am hoping to have Brad on Wednesday night.
Yes.
Yes.
Show BTD if his channel ain't been taken down.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so and then if you can get in touch with Vane for me, Vicky, I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
See if he would like to come on Time with Gramps interviews.
In touch with who?
Vane, family vlogs.
I'll talk to him. Yeah, absolutely. I'll ask him today.
Yeah. Oh, great. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, he says he had 1 pint while he was working, and unfortunately, venue asked me to go live.
Oh, I hope you charged them for the extra live stream.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's promoting their place.
That's right.
I thought he just did a disc jockey and I didn't know he'd done the singing and all.
Yeah, I didn't either, Bella. But now we know he's going to come on Random Lives open mic night when she has it.
Oh.
He's a man of many talents, is Ian.
Yeah, yeah. Especially sending his sperm out to different ladies about the world.
Yeah, kiss packages.
What's the open mic night?
Open mic night, where Gail was supposed to be having an open mic night where she invites like Sarah Birchett, Little Poet, all those singers, you know, to come up and perform a couple of songs on a live stream. But she ain't done it yet.
No, she said that about 5 years ago, didn't she, Keith?
Yeah. Another one of her brilliant ideas, you know.
Yeah.
But she's got a brilliant idea.
Don't.
She's got a brilliant idea that I'm going to take all my makeup kit down up to Birmingham and make everybody up. I'm going to take my old kit and have a case. I'm not taking
Keep up for it, Bella.
I'll take a few bits, but I'm not taking all my kit. Bring all your kit, she says. Oh my God.
Because she put, I've only got a little backpack. I says, Bella, you're going to have to bring a bigger backpack.
Oh, well. Yeah, but we all love our Gail, don't we? She's very random.
Ian says, Keith, be worried if you get the little jug.
Is that a new dance? Big jug, little jug.
In his case, it's a little one.
Oh.
A little plastic cup.
Is that a sucky cup? Do we need to put the lid on so he's got the sucky cup part of it so he doesn't dribble?
No, we're on a different subject.
These test tube things, Adam, that he sends about to these.
Oh, yes, the turkey basters. Yes.
Yeah.
End of 1982. Welcome to the live stream. Same as I say, I'll not be sort of doing a late one today. I've got the taxi booked for 12:30, so I need to be going by about 12. Hi, Midnight Raven.
Hi, Midnight Raven.
Hi, Raven.
I hope you're feeling a little bit better.
No, get down. Get down.
It was, yeah. I'm so looking forward to Birmingham because I know I've already met Gail. You know, I've already met Gail, and it was just
Lie down.
because as soon as I saw her, you'd never think we'd never met each other, you know. And it's just we went out and hugged each other, and we were so pleased to see each other, you know.
It was saying when Gail came here. I mean, it was just we were sat chatting like after Keith had nearly had an heart attack.
Yeah, I didn't hug her, Bella. You know, oh, she scared the shit out of me. You know what type of relationship I've got with Gail? It's a love-hate relationship.
You hate to love her and she loves to hate you.
Yeah.
We thought we'd got to get defibrillator and give him CPR.
Did you see what DJ Ian put? He says, I was going to say, please, Keith, don't suck the tube.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm suffering again as well. He seen me hand, Keith.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I saw, you know, I was on, but because I was uploading the Drone Flyers review show.
Yeah,
hitting Chris too much and it's all swollen.
It's giving him too many backhanders. That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get to speak to you privately again last night, Keith. We were absolutely pooped last night.
Yeah, well, after I finished the stream, I was on to Alex till what time was it? About 1:45.
Oh dear.
Wow.
So you never got round to talking with Dennis then? Because she said,
no, I didn't get round talking to you.
Well, I weren't sitting about till 1:45 waiting for you.
Oh, we had a lovely chat afterwards. I thought, oh, you know, what a great young man. That's all I can say.
Get down.
Oh, the dog's after our Adam.
It's quite a demanding dog by the sounds of it.
Quite.
Nice. Okay.
No, he's not quiet.
Oh, I'm going to miss the afternoon streams, Midnight Raven. But I hope you do get well soon.
Yeah, feel better, Raven.
Yeah.
Has he clawed you to death, Adam?
Just a little bit, but I'll be all right. Just a bit, it hurts. Stop it.
He's only been here about 10 minutes.
Oh, no. I'm here for over a week, about 10 days.
And
Oh,
just keep
dear.
rubbing it at him, it'll feel better.
That's what they all say. We're veering off track again. Well, this is the thing. I mean, when we go on holiday, we have what we call a cat sitter come in. She actually comes to look after the cats here.
Oh, good.
So Chris says, oh, while I think about it, he says, I'll get in touch with her. So anyway, he texted her and he told her the dates that we were going on holiday, and she went, unfortunately, and I thought, oh, sugar, you know, we're going to have to put them in a cattery. It might be a bit sort of because we go on second week in August. So, but it's basically, we go on the Saturday and she can't do the Saturday and Sunday. She can do it like from the Monday onwards. So we've got to ask Ivy next door now to come in for the 2 days that she can't. But I mean, you know, Ivy's all right. You know, we get on well. Yeah,
she called yesterday and got Chris in the nude, didn't she, virtually?
Well, it was shirtless.
But he laughed the way he puts his nose in the air when he says it.
Oh.
Anyway, well, the story behind that was I was in the kitchen. I forget what I was doing. No, I weren't. I were in here. The first knock at the door was gardener next door. They weren't in. He was doing the garden. And he says, is there a possibility you could fill my water bottle up for me? He says, I'm gagging in this heat. So Chris filled his water bottle up. Well, they got round to conversation. He's coming to do our garden as well. Works all day for 50 quid.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
that's not too bad. And Chris says, well, you know, it'd probably take you all day to weed and everything in the back garden. You know, so he thought it were... he thought it was rather good.
That's a good price.
So anyway, that was first knock at door, and some as I say, Chris and him got talking, and it, you know, so I'd come and sat in here. I was trying to catch up on my programs and everything. Knock at door, So I heard him say, come in, come in. I thought, hey, up, who's that at door? So anyway, Ivy walks in and she's got this like very strappy top on. You know, the bra strap type thing.
Yeah.
So she comes walking in and she says, I've got a massive favour to ask you. She says, will you just pull me top up at back? She says, I put this top on. She says, it's lovely and everything. She says, but we eat. She says, I can't pull it up at back. She says, well, we're going to ask Chris. She says, but I don't think it's appropriate for it. You know, she says, you know, you're sort of better equipped to do it than what I am. So I and Nick, so anyway, so I just pulled it up and she says, it were feeling uncomfortable as the position she'd got it in. So she says, you know, can you just pull it me up? So I pulled it up and she says, oh yeah, that feels a lot better. I says, well, there's a mirror there. I says, do you want to have a quick look in it? So she looked in the mirror and that was that.
Yeah.
But, you know, after she'd gone, I says, oh, that says the things some people ask you to do.
I've just read one of the comments in the side. Keith, you says you can never pull. I'm glad you can never pull. You're a married man. Behave yourself.
and yeah, Ian, I do send me heartfelt condolences to you because just over a year ago, while we're in the same position with my mum, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think everybody's condolences go out to you.
It's the shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hi, Kate James. Are you back? Have you sorted your aunt problem out?
Hopefully
Yeah,
now they dance, they dance, they dance, they dance, they dance, they dance,
Oh.
they dance.
That is so old.
But you see, I mean, sort of, I mean, the next door neighbours this side, sort of, they're not very, how can I put it? They're not very sociable. Well, they get on with what they're doing, but a few weeks ago they went on holiday and they came round and says, oh, you know, to Chris, will you put us bin out while we're away, blah, blah, blah. But apart from that,
yeah,
you know, and we say hello and whatever, but that's about it. But Ivy, you know, she's a different kettle of fish. She's a lovely, lovely old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so, but same as Chris says, if we give her a key, I mean, sort of just a matter of coming and feeding them in the morning, coming in the evening, like late evening and feeding them, and that's it, you know. But we were sort of I were panicking that the fact that we're going to go away and not have anywhere for the cats to go or whatever. But same as Chris says, if Ivy can come in like the Saturday and Sunday, and then as cat sitter will come in the rest of the week.
Yeah, I would have come over. You know, I would have looked after the house for the week.
There wouldn't be anything left of the house once he'd been there.
I was going to say they'd probably expected me to left a supply of cakes.
Yeah, drizzle for Saturday, something for Sunday, something for Monday. You know, all right.
You know, that's the one condition he'd have made. I'll come and look after the cats, but
I need a cake for every day.
Yeah, I've got. Well, I mean, if I'd have made like the 7-Up pancake or the lemon drizzle till I lasted him all week.
Are you sure?
Hey?
Are you sure of that? Oh.
You come back and you'll find Keith on the couch with a great big belly going, I can't.
Have you fed the cats? No, because I couldn't shift off at the sofa. But, you know, I mean,
what you were just saying about the dress and that, it just made me think that my eldest grandson has Asperger's.
Yeah.
And he's he's brilliant-minded. He's really clever. But he's absolutely honest. He honestly doesn't know how to lie.
Callum's the same. Yeah.
Absolutely honest. And that's just part of his condition. So if you go out, you know, I'll say with my daughter, and I say, I put a dress on. What do I look like in this? It looks nice, Mum. Do I look fat in this? No, Mum. You look really nice. And I asked Baz, no, you look lovely. I asked my little George, what does Nanny look like in this? You look fat, Nanny.
Oh, I'd love someone like that. Oh, yeah.
I do. I did look, and he just doesn't. So when you asked him, what do I look like in this? And he says, it's nice, Nanny. You know he's not being kind. He's being honest.
Honest,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I tend to ask him because I know I'll get the truth.
Oh my
Do I
god.
look fat in this? Yes, Nanny, you do.
Bella, fetch him down to the meetup, you know, so when he sees Gail, we can ask him what he thinks to Gail.
Well, this is the thing, Keith. I mean, she was saying on, the Saturday morning live stream that I did, she's going to ply us with tequila and
Yeah,
what,
I know. Yeah.
tequila and margaritas.
I can't drink.
Yes.
Yeah, and I can't drink. I'm going teetotal from now on.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Uh,
I believe that. Yeah, exactly. If only his nose could grow, right?
Yeah. We ought to call him Pinocchio.
I definitely can't drink at all, but I've never found I needed it because I'm quite happy-go-lucky anyway, and I have a laugh without it.
Well, this is it. And I said the same thing to Gail Saturday morning, Bella, because she says, I says, oh, I've got plenty of shot glasses. I says, they're in my war unit because I never use them. So basically, she says, oh, well, you can bring shot glasses then. I says, I'll probably have a couple and be...
I can't drink. You can't drink with the medication.
I just master.
But I don't. It doesn't bother me. I'm drunk for years.
Well, you see, the thing is, I mean, I occasionally have a drink. I mean, when we went to Keith's, I had a brandy and lemonade, but it was like that much brandy. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the rest were lemonade.
Yeah.
But
even before, it's not just the medication. I've never been able to hold my drink. Never ever been able to hold my drink. It's too blooming shandy. Something I'm holding the bar at.
There's a lightweight. There's a lightweight.
I am. I've never been able to drink.
But I have occasional one at Christmas. I'll have a glass of wine. But we were saying on Chris's live stream the other week, before I had my operation, etc., I could drink any man under the table.
Yeah.
But since I've had my operation, that's it too, and I'm absolutely blottoed.
Good.
Well, I'll remember that New Year's Eve then. Play with a couple.
Well, same as I say at Christmas, I like them Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah.
So
they're nice. They're actually a really nice drink.
But they're nice, but you think they pop, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We'll have to get saucy, Jeanette, because Vicky's falling asleep. She only likes the saucy chats, doesn't she?
No.
Oh, look out. Look who's in the house now.
Oh, no. No, just kidding. Hi, Pixie.
Morning, Pixie lad.
But he's on his coffee break.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's just I didn't get to sleep till late and everything else. And then I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning and then now up again at 5. So I'm just exhausted for some.
He says, I don't drink. I haven't for 6 years. My bowels operation. I'm in a lot of medication.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I mean, I do take quite a few painkillers, and that's another reason why I don't drink a lot. I have occasional one. Yeah, coffee break.
Yeah. I need a new.
It doesn't really bother me. I have a nice. I permanently look sloshed anyway, so.
But it's like anything, Bella. You don't have to have a drink to enjoy yourself. And this is what I've always said. You don't need to have a drink to enjoy yourself in the right company and the right atmosphere.
I mean, anybody's strange watching our coffee mornings to think we were all drunk.
Chris says Foster's is my sleeping pill. You can say that again. It was Saturday night anyway.
Was it bad Saturday night then, Jeanette? Was it bad Saturday night when he went?
No, it weren't all that bad, Keith, but he was doing a bed takeover.
I mean, when he went to bed, does it, makes the noise louder?
No, it all depends if he's got a cold, Keith. Now, if he's got a cold and sloshed, it can take the roof off. But, normally I have to roll him on his side because the snoring does get really bad if he's lay on his back.
Yeah.
So I know a way of sort of stopping it. I roll him on his side.
I'd roll him out of bed, shunk.
But Bess is the same.
He tried the bed takeover Saturday night.
Yeah.
I get out to go to the toilet, and then I come back, and he's like sprawled out all over the entire bed.
Wow.
So that is the problem. He does a bed takeover.
It's like I'm just over 5 foot tall. I'm little, and Baz is 6'4". So you can imagine when he's in bed, he kicks his leg, and I mean that's it. I'm about the same height as his legs.
Pixie said, getting my own back on Jeanette for all those years sounding like a Boeing 747. Well, I've openly admitted I snore loud.
I snore.
It's not as if I denied it.
With sleep apnea, you do. Sorry, Bella.
Though, but Baz is terrible. The amount of times in the middle of the night I've laid there with a pillow hovering over his head.
Poor old Baz.
But I mean, as I say, Chris is not too bad snoring wise, but it does exasperate it when he's had a few shandies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he were going for the bed takeover on Saturday night. And you always wait it till I get out to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to squeeze myself back into bed because it's so, and it's a king size bed at this.
How tall is he? How tall is Chris?
Well, I was about 5'7", but I've shrunk a bit. So it is sort of about 5'6", 5'7".
And Chris is the same.
Yeah, roughly. I don't really know how tall he is, but it's sort of about the same height. I mean, Callum's over 6 foot.
Is he?
So he's like taller than both of us.
Yeah.
I'll have to do a photo of me and Baz. And the mirror in the bathroom, we've got a big bathroom mirror, and his head we have it placed so he can just about see in the top, and I can just about see.
Oh, he says he's 5'5", so he's slightly smaller than me. Because I was 5'7", but I've shrunk about an inch, so I'm about 5'6". Hi, Kenneth.
I'll send you a photo. You can see the difference in our heights.
Are you seeing what Chris has put? He says, "And farts loud, not like us men." Yeah, he nearly blew Benny into next week last night.
She was texting me. She told me we were texting each other, and she texted me and told me that.
I says, Chris has just done the laddest fart. About shot at wind, is it, with that lad? I says, what has that poor cat done to you?
Oh my
He says, well, I just happened to be stepping over him as I farted. I says, yeah, you'll tell me anything. Oh, Raven says she's just sent her eldest lad off to camp for his first week, and then next week he's at Nottingham University for a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, go and get some work done, Chris. Well, he's been nasty to me. About snoring and farting.
Women don't fart. Didn't you know that?
No, same as I say. I mean, it's a bodily function that everybody does. I don't care who said that they don't fart. You know, it's a bodily function that everyone does.
Crack the whip, the Raven says.
But you know, I mean, it's like everybody else. I mean, Queen's human and all royal family, they still fart and burp, I bet.
Yeah.
My mum, I mean, she was very ladylike. She was nothing like me. She was very, very ladylike, my mum. And the arguments we had, because she insisted she'd never farted in her life. I said, Mum, you have. When you're on your own, you have. I haven't. It's never happened to me. It doesn't happen to my body. I said, you're lying, Mum. Honestly. She was, the argument. We had one argument once. I don't know if I can say this on. I better not say this.
No, you better not, Bella.
Yeah, go on, Bella. Go on.
No, it might not be. No.
Well, I'll spill the beans. My mum farts like a trooper.
This is about
Public.
something else. I don't think it's very appropriate with men about.
Well,
Is it an FF, Bella?
Bella, me and Adam will just go off for 5 minutes. We'll watch the replay later.
Close our ears.
Is it an FF, Bella? Is it an FF?
I don't know what that is.
Fanny fart. Meant a fanny fart.
No.
Not a queef. So it wasn't a queef then.
No.
Okay.
It was another topic altogether.
Oh, okay.
And our Nick's saying that we haven't heard the Mrs. Equinox.
Vanessa Kitty says, just blame it on the dog. Well, I'll have a job because we ain't got a dog.
Got the 3 cats. You can always blame it on them.
Just blame Chris.
Tess does that. I've got a little Bichon. She's sitting here beside me, and he blames Tess. And I say, that little dog would have spontaneously combusted if she'd have done that.
But Bella, don't you find, because my Bichon Shih Tzu, when they do, guff, it's disgusting. The smell it takes over the whole house.
It's gross.
Well, I'll tell you something. Our Lucy, which is the middleest of the cats, she can fart for England. But you see, sometimes I lay out on this sofa and she sits on the arm. And I will lay there one night and she did one and I'm going,
Oh, no.
So Chris says, are you all right? I went, she's just let one rip. I says, but best about it were right near me head.
That's crazy. Oh, package time. Ian's getting more packages.
But yeah, I've never really heard other two fart. Well, I did hear her fart. She just did a silent bit deadly one, but it were deadly as well. Oh.
Uh-oh.
We're going out in just for a while, Max. Yes, in a little while. Yeah.
Is it panicking now because the other one's gone out?
We've got are you all eating normal? We're just eating salads. We're living on salads. I don't want to put the oven on. And my shopping comes every Wednesday, Jeanette. I get it delivered on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And this week when I did my order online, there's hardly any freezer stuff because we're just living on fridge stuff, just salads. So I've saved a bit of money this week.
Oh, that'll be all right for the weekend after this.
Oh, it's all right. I've just had a message from Chris.
Yeah.
I'm getting the edge cut this week.
Oh,
I've got a bloke coming to cut my edge, to trim my bush.
hey!
Oh, is it that bloke that's doing
I'll just share that with you.
Is it that bloke that's doing it for 50 quid?
No, this is somebody. Well, it's the landscapers that he works with. Now, Chris has been asking them for weeks and weeks and weeks. And they ain't got around to it. Well, it's very, very overgrown.
Oh boy.
So basically, it just texted me and said they're going to come and trim the edge sometime this week.
No.
Our grass, I'm just looking out in our garden now, and our grass it's not normally lovely and greenish by now, and it's just all brown and strawy. Oh, the whole estate, all the grass is just brown and strawy. And
well, you see what going back to the salad thing. I mean, one thing we never miss, Bella, and that is a Sunday roast. So we did actually have a Sunday roast yesterday, but I did the vlog after we'd had the Sunday roast and I'd washed all pots up and everything. But even that, just having the oven on to make that pavlova, and that's the reason why I've been putting it off weeks and weeks. Because, you know, it's been too warm. And I says, I ordered my shopping online on Saturday. And as the delivery driver, if you're watching, he got the score correct because he said we were going to win 2-0.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because Chris unpacked it all and he says, do you think we can do it later? And he, you know, are you going to get back for match? And he says, well, I hope so. He says, I should knock off at 2 o'clock. He says, so he says, my son keeps texting me, how many more drops you got to do, blah, blah, blah. And he says, well, I should get back for the match. He says, because I finish at 2 o'clock.
What did
so, and he says, what do you think we're going to, you know, do you think we're going to do it today? And he says, yeah. He says, I think we'll win 2-0. So the Asda driver got it correct.
Baz just shouted out, do you lot ever stop gabbing?
No, they don't.
I'm going to say, do you want the true answer, Baz? No. Even when we're not online, we're messaging each other on Messenger.
Yeah. Sometimes we're online and messaging at the same time.
Exactly.
Disgraceful behaviour.
I've got a confession to make, Keith. During your interview, me and Bella were talking via Messenger.
Was you?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks a lot.
I'd got you on the laptop and Bella was messaging me on the phone. So I was doing your trick, I was multitasking.
Yeah, well, you can do that. So, yeah, I don't mind. As long as you had a good conversation.
Yeah.
They were taking the mickey out of you, Keith. That's all they were doing.
Talking about farting and whatever.
Yeah, tell me about it later then, Jeanette. You know, I don't mind.
We were talking farts.
Was you? Oh.
Yeah.
I hope there were non-smelly type.
No, it was just Chris blowing Benny into next week.
Yeah, oh, that one.
I was just a bit, I just text, I say it as much as I can. I just text because I was a bit aware for you, Keith, and I just wanted to make sure that you knew what was what, and Jeanette assured me you did.
Yes. Yeah.
She'll explain that to you later.
Yeah. What else were we discussing? Oh, about the pavlova and I forget what else now.
Makeup? No.
Packaging.
Okay, then Vanessa says, I must head out for the company, everyone. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye, Vanessa. See you again soon.
But, you know, we were just sort of...
Yeah, well, I mean, you're the mother of the community, Jeanette. You know, everybody gets...
It's like this morning, I mean, I know Emily's been in, but she's not here at the moment. She put on a Facebook page. She was fed up of the BS.
Yeah.
I says, I hope you're okay. And, you know, if you need to, just message me. Now, she messaged me this morning and sort of said why she was feeling a bit down and everything. I'm not, you know, going to dive into what she said. But, you know, this is not just one thing. It's one or two things.
Yeah. It's me getting on to her about that phone call that she should make. Did she make it this morning?
I have no idea. But anyway, same as I said, you know, I says, you've got to think of it this way. You get knocked down, but you get back up again.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll send her a message then.
Yeah, Midnight Raven says she messaged her but not heard anything. She did say earlier on, hi Kate, that she was on her way to college to sign up for a level 2 maths. So I mean, that's probably why she hasn't
been in. Yeah.
So if she's a bit busy, but I says I'm always here for you. If you do feel a bit down and you just need a shoulder or somebody to listen.
I think it's lovely the way it is. I think it's lovely the way you are. I think you're the ideal person to do this. And I think this channel has worked out really well for you. And I mean, we all love it, don't we? We all love coming here and enjoy it so much.
Yeah, I love listening to all you young ladies gossiping,
No, it's fascinating, isn't it, Keith?
Yeah. It's very educating.
We don't get much of a word in edgeways. We just sit back and just learn a whole load of stuff that we never wanted to learn. But
But what I'm saying,
you still come back, don't you? You still come back.
What I'm saying is, I mean, I'm not just here for the ladies. I'm here for anybody that wants, a listening ear, so to speak. Hi, Kate.
Good morning to the lovely Kate. Hello.
Good morning, everybody.
See, Adam, they've got another one in now. We're being
It's okay. We don't mind Kate coming because she's young and gorgeous and beautiful. So
thank you.
What are you saying about the rest of us?
Not beautiful in your own way.
Oh, thank you. Don't make it worse, Adam.
I have to dig the hole even deeper, don't I?
Yeah, I'm not saying anything. I'm not
going to say I should put Adam while you're ahead.
I will quit because Nick's turned up and he's bound to put his foot in it.
How are you feeling this morning, Kate?
I was actually feeling a wee bit. I've been up from 3 o'clock. I was booking this morning, but I'm actually feeling okay now. I'm actually there's colour in my face again, and I'm okay now. I'm fine.
Good stuff.
I
thought it was going to be like.
I think Kate looks like Adele.
Who? Adele?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you look like Adele.
Oh, that's actually really, really awesome. I love Adele.
There you go. Adam Equinox says, do you need a spade?
No, I've already got a spade and a fork and a shovel and a pick.
JCB digger. Oh.
I just need a grave now to dig, and
But yeah, I'll say to anybody that's got me on Facebook or on Messenger, if you just need a sounding board or anything, you're quite welcome to.
Yep.
Likewise, if anyone ever wants to just moan at me, go for it, because loads of people do.
I'll tell you something.
I'm not saying anything. I'll keep quiet.
No, you don't have to say anything, Keith.
Trolls and things and people that come on your channel. I don't get any, hardly any on YouTube at all. I'm fine on YouTube. But I was showing Baz on my Instagram. There must be, and anybody's got Instagram, I'm sure of it, that I must get 10 men a day. They don't know me.
Yeah.
I don't know them, and they just come up. Can we befriend you? Can we befriend you? 10, 15 a day. I exaggerate.
Yeah, but the thing is, as well, Bella, I get messages from random. Hello, gorgeous, and I think you're beautiful, and
so do I. And I just chuck them off straight away.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then I'm saying I just ignore them because you're getting sort of same as you say. At the end of the day, Instagram is just a tool to further YouTube.
Yeah.
That's what I see it as anyway.
That's exactly what I see it as.
And same with Twitter.
Yeah, that's how I use both of those.
Funny story about Twitter. I started like a Kate's Family Vlog Twitter about 4 years ago when I had like literally 20 subscribers and thought I was something. And I made this like Kate's Family Vlog Twitter and I was buzzing about it. And I started getting like follower after follower after follower after follower. And I was like, hold on, I have 30 supporters on YouTube. How could I have 30 supporters on YouTube and 300 on Twitter? Well, that's not making sense. So it turned out that I had followed this like Islamic group and like got deep in the Islamic group, not realizing, not understanding And I just have all these. I swear, go check out Kate's Family Vlog followers. They're all from like Islamic sort of background.
Well,
And I mean,
I
Oh,
don't know how to say
They are outdoors. You see, the problem I get like friends requests on Facebook, and now that's getting the same because
Yeah.
I added I sort of, you get the notification so and so, they've got so many mutual friends, and I thought, oh well, they can't be all that bad, and I added them, and it were a fella, and it purported to be from Bradford. Good morning, gorgeous, how are you? So I didn't answer, which I don't, unless I know somebody like Vicky or Bella or Kate or whatever, I don't answer it unless I know them personally, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I ignored it, deleted conversation. Why aren't you talking to me?
Yeah, I know.
Deleted it, and it started off on one, you know, you're being ignorant by not replying to me. And I thought, well, sod you, I don't have to reply if I don't want to.
No, right.
You know what I mean? Just because you've added me on Facebook, don't give you the right to keep bombarding me with messages saying, why aren't you talking to me? Why are you ignoring me? So he got put on block list anyway.
Yeah, I don't blame it. Sorry, I had to giggle at what Nick just put in.
Yeah.
What did he put in?
Twitter and Facebook and YouTube are all emerging. It's going to be called you twat face. Yeah, you know.
No, you got it wrong. It's youtwatface.com.
YouTube.
But you know what I mean? Like, you know, unless I know a person, I'm not going to reply to some random fella.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You know, and then when they get a bit itsy because I'm not replying to them or I'm ignoring them,
Oh, sorry.
you know what I mean? I thought, well, sod you, so he's on block list.
Yeah.
I love the ones that whenever you don't have an actual picture as your picture, and they're like, "You're so beautiful," and it's like that's not me, but
Well,
I can imagine your beauty.
This is a common thing that I get. You get somebody messaging you, and then they'll say, "Are you single?" And my reply to them is, "Well, if you read my profile, it shows I'm married to Chris Pickering."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously, you haven't took the time to look at me information on my profile on Facebook, because it does say there I'm married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying I can't get out there on Twitter much. I mean, I do, but I haven't got a lot of followers on Twitter. I have on Instagram and YouTube, but I haven't on Twitter, and I don't really know how to get.
I've only just sorted it out, and I did have a Twitter account years and years ago, but I never could understand it.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, how many followers do you have on Instagram and Twitter? That's
on Twitter, I've only got about 40 odd, I think. I'll have a look.
Let me have a
Where's
look.
my phone? I'll have to have a look.
I've got 70 on Twitter.
Hold on, let me look.
Let's see
I
here.
can't find
Mine
it.
can't really count, you see, because mine's like.
I've got 368 following.
But no joke, if you go on to like
On
my
Twitter.
followers and follow the ones that like I mentioned, then you will end up with like a sugar ton of followers within 24 hours. I don't even know how it happened.
I have got on my
I
Twitter, I have 438 followers on Twitter.
I have
I've
425.
got 794 followers, and I'm following 544.
Oh, I'm following loads. I'm following too many on Twitter. But
I follow too many, but how you got that many, Jeanette?
Oh,
I've
well,
got
the fellas keep following me.
Oh, Jeanette, you've links to the Islamics, haven't you?
Yep, that's it.
No, this is on Instagram. This is not on Twitter.
Oh, right, okay.
and on Instagram, I have 407 followers. So,
On Instagram, I have like 60 or something.
hey, g'day, Alice.
Hi, JCTV. It's all right.
Oh, I'm Jason. Hello, Jason.
We're comparing followers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
I've got
gonna
more
say
followers
something,
on Instagram than I have on. I don't even know how to find it. Right, I follow 124 on Twitter, and I've only got 46 followers.
Oh,
So
My daughter. I don't know if you can see.
Oh,
she's so pretty.
yeah, she is. She's lovely. And I called you Gail then. She's lovely, Bella.
but don't call her Gail.
Twitter.
Bella, because
She's just had her haircut shorter.
Oh,
very beautiful.
it
Wow.
suits her. It does suit her.
Yes, because
So yeah, so I mean, I am relatively new to Twitter. She looks a lot like you, though, Bella.
she does, yeah. Well, like I used to look.
Alice's little munchkin hasn't been in today. He might be at school. Well, I don't know whether he's at school or what.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's 15, isn't he? So he's still...
JCTV says they thought his channel was Jesus related.
Yeah, they did, but now we know it's not. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
because we were all going over to Jason's channel originally just because we thought it was a worship channel, but we were mistaken big time.
I was laughing at earlier on when Nick said, I wondered why I was blocked at Jeanette Pickering.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do that
Jason
to
brought out
Nick.
his orange scissors, and we all knew we were in trouble.
You know, I wouldn't do that to Nick.
Yeah, hardly any. I've only got 68 following me.
What, on Twitter?
Yeah.
I'm gonna. What's your Twitter thing, Bella? I'll follow. I'll come and follow you.
Yeah, I'll follow you as well, Bella.
It's Bella.
Yeah, I'll
Burton.
follow you, Bella.
It's
Bella
what?
Burton. It's Bella Burton at Bella55 Burton.
Well, it comes up when you search, like you've got a...
See, I don't really know enough
Ooh,
about
I got you.
You see, a lot of the time I could never understand Twitter, so...
Someone followed me.
I'm relatively new to it.
So what was it again, Bella?
Kate's followed me.
Bella Burton.
Bella Burton. And it's
Oh,
Bella at
my
55
gosh.
Burton.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
Bella Burton, my name is. I think it will.
I know that.
Oh,
Just search that and it should come up straight away for you.
Yeah, but I've got a shitload. That's
Just come up with loads of Bella Burtons.
Bella Burton.
Yeah, if you scroll down through, you'll see the one you're looking for.
Yeah, I've got it. I've just followed it on Twitter.
Yeah,
Has it got anything at the end of it, Bella?
yeah, it's Bella 55 Burton.
Ah, Bella
Find
55
it.
Burton. Ah, found you. Follow.
Thanks, guys.
I think I'm already following you, Bella. Oh, it ain't. No, I've just followed you as well.
I think I'm. What's yours? It's Kate Family's vlog, isn't it?
Yep.
And I've got
Yeah, Adam, you know, be a bit careful following Kate because the MI5 might be watching it.
Here, I hope so. Get them views up. Sorry if I keep muting. It's just the TV. I don't want it overpowering all you guys while live, but if you speak to me, I will answer.
It says nothing for Kate Family vlog. Is it spelt out a special way or something?
No, just Kate's family vlog. No apostrophe.
That'd be Kate's. That's why I can't find it because I've just put in. Yeah, it's all right.
Got you, Kate. I just
I've just followed you as well, Kate. I thought I were already following you.
I'll go on and see you and follow you all back.
Just go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, stupid phone.
Sure.
Oh, there we go. Follow.
On Instagram, I'm bella.burton.9.
I was just going down through my list of who's followed me on Twitter there to follow back, and snot bubbles on it. I don't even know how the heck.
He's added me on Facebook as well.
Oh, gosh.
So I've
Bella's like, what? Just one time I did this live, and this guy blew a big, huge snot bubble and then wouldn't go and wipe it.
and
Yeah,
then
and we all sat.
everybody had done a snot bubble.
And then decided to mummify himself live on camera, so I had to end it. Things just got really complicated. It just became like a show for everybody, just watching this guy get mummified. It was like, do you know what? No, I can't even be dealing. This needs to come to an end before my channel's ruined.
Yeah.
But it was funny though. When I watch it back and I see Barry's face, like he is literally like, what?
I don't know if I kept a straight face that morning.
I know. And Jeanette, she was like miming, what the do you know what I mean?
I'm sort of like,
I don't think I've been there. I don't remember that one.
Oh, do you know what? I'll have to make it public for you to let you see it and then put it off when you're done, just so you can have a giggle.
oh dear.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to.
Kate had only been going for an hour. Well, it's sort of, it comes to your channel as well, Vicky.
Yes. Yeah.
Does Vicky know who we're referring to?
Yep.
Yeah.
We talked actually when you had to go off there when we were in the chat. Kate and I talked about it then.
You know, I mean, it was just, I mean, they were okay until that point.
The whole life was okay until that point.
Yeah. You know, I mean, she invited him up onto the panel, but up to that point, it were fine.
Yeah.
But announcing the fact that you've got a snot bubble is not what you do on a live stream.
Jeanette lifts her toilet roll and unrolls it in her hand and then goes, here, do you want some? I swear you couldn't actually write it at all.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now you have to do it.
It's like that or it were a tissue, Kate. I says, here, I says, there's one here if you want one. You know, if that is one of the bugbears I don't like. Even if I've got like a slight feeling like I've got a runny nose, I have to blow my nose. I cannot stand. Strike of the cuddly toy again. Hello, Baz. Are you all right?
Oh, Dolly, how are you? You're all right.
Hello, Baz.
Hello.
Welcome.
Baz.
It's all right. You've just missed the conversation about snot bubbles.
And how they should be left on your face for approximately 5 minutes.
Oh
before
God!
removal.
I tell you that is one of the things I do not like. I don't see. I mean, get toddlers that can't control their nose running, but I mean, like when Callum were little, as soon as I saw his nose starting to run that writ, I'd wipe it.
Yeah,
you know, he thought it was something else that it blew this big snot bubble.
Do I know this person?
Do you know this person? Who's?
Yes, definitely. Everybody knows this person.
Might do. Jason says his poor niece was like that.
Oh.
But you see, the thing is, same as I say, even when Callum were little, you can't stop a kid's nose from running. But I'd be there sort of quicker than a whippet, wiping his nose if he'd got a runny nose.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I was the same.
Yeah. I know. It was always, I couldn't handle the fact, even if they woke up in the morning and it was all crusty with boogers and stuff. I had to clean it. I couldn't handle looking at it. Yeah. I'm like, no, that ain't happening today.
I mean, don't get me wrong. JCTV's laughing as when I said as quicker than a whippet. You know, same as I say, I mean, it's such a lovely topic, Nick says. You know, there's certain things to do on a live stream, and that isn't one of them.
Right.
Yeah. There's
You know.
never a dull moment on Jeanette's live streams.
Same as same as I said in Keith's last night. We got on about the coffee morning in the chat and everything, and I just says we talk about any topic that comes up, really.
Yeah.
Including snot bubbles.
Yeah.
Not bubbles and sausages.
And farts.
Oh,
Not
and
bubbles,
little
sausages and farts.
Yeah.
little
Good
jars of
combination there,
toothpaste.
farts and sausages.
And bats.
Yeah.
And pizza and
wouldn't-
doggy style.
Hi, WrestleMania.
Hi, WrestleMania.
Jeanette, what's your time because of the school?
Yeah.
25 to 12.
I'm going to say I'll shut it down at about 12. I just need to get my shoes and everything on. The taxi's not coming till 12:30. So if I shut it down about 12 o'clock, you know, be plenty of time to get my shoes on. And
What is it? Is it like an open day?
no, you know, our Callum's got like a statement of special needs.
Yeah.
It's a review.
Right.
You know, is there more things that need putting into place?
Yeah.
And basically, but when they rang me, I was on the live stream actually when they rang me, and she says, "Oh, you know, if you're going to find it hard to get into school, we'll do it over the phone. But I like to do things in person, Bella.
Yeah, me too.
You know, you can't say things over the phone that you want to say in person.
Yeah.
I book combination, but yeah, it's just that. It's just basically because see, not so long ago it was a statement of special needs, but now they've changed it to something else. It's young persons, whatever.
Yeah.
But once they get a statement of special needs, that stays with them. Let's say Callum is on about going to college. It stays with him at college, even through to his workplace.
Yeah.
That stays with him. But about a year or so ago, they thought that Callum didn't need this statement. So I said, it says, you know, it's entirely up to you. You can sort of keep it in place, or you can, you know, stop the statement altogether. And I says, well, not being funny or anything, but when the exams and everything comes up, should Callum need that support during his exams, I'd sooner have a safety net.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, rather than having to go through the whole process of applying for this statement or whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
You know, I'd sooner keep it in place. But the thing is about a special needs statement, you can, like, let's say, for instance, I wasn't satisfied with the school he was at. I could, at the drop of a hat, say, well, look, I'm not satisfied with this school. I want to move to another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they've got this statement of special needs, I can say to them, I'm not satisfied with the school he's at. I want him transferred to such and such a school. You've got the choice.
Yeah.
Whatever school he goes to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
Right, Keith. I think Georgia's got one of them.
But same as I say, I mean, it has changed. I don't know what it's changed to, but it's changed to something else. It was originally called a statement of special needs, but it's changed to something else. They've renamed it and everything.
Well, we have one for both my younger boys, and both my older boys had it too. We call it an individual education plan, like an IEP, they call it. And yeah, we have that here too. And it's such a benefit to help them because Austin has dyslexia, right? So he's finding it very difficult certain days to read things and write things. And so at least they have that program in place. And sometimes they'll have a special teacher, like an educational assistant, that will come in and sit specifically with.
Yeah, Callum's got a teaching assistant, we call them in the UK. Callum has got a teaching assistant for most of his lessons. Even the food technology, you know, like for cutting things and, you know.
Yeah. Well, my cousin Jim, he is severely dyslexic, and to see what he's done in his life, he helped build his mom's house because the one that they had was falling apart. So what they did was they built a new house on the same foundation that they had the other one, and then just tore the other one down. But it was just to see his creativity and everything that was done, beautiful.
Well, you see, that's one thing that I like about Callum. He is very creative, you know, and it's like, you see, the problem with Callum is things is very clever, but it needs it explaining down to a T, you know, the ins and outs of everything. Like, I mean, like, take, for instance, he had a science lesson not so long back, and I've brought this up to school many, many, many times. You know, it's all right putting something on the blackboard or giving them a sheet of paper, but if Callum doesn't understand it, he needs explaining to him.
Yep, I was the same.
You know, and I brought this up, and he got, I think it was a supply teacher, and he were a supply science teacher. And so to Callum, you know, he were polite, he put his hand up and he says, I don't understand, sir. He says, it's there on blackboard, here, here's your sheet of paper.
Yeah, he doesn't get that he couldn't understand.
That's not what people like us who have certain sort of learning difficulties or disabilities or whatever. I couldn't properly cope in big classrooms. I really needed one-to-one, which at the time didn't happen. They did send me to a special school, but they couldn't actually help me with the problems that I had, because all the people at that school did have dyslexia and other problems, but it wasn't the learning problems that I had, so they couldn't really help me, even though I was there for quite a few years.
And yeah, Access shows you how much. But you see, right from an early age, I knew there was something different about Callum, because I got 3 previous children, and like at one, most children are walking. He couldn't even crawl. He wasn't even sitting up properly at a year old. Yeah. So I knew right from the get-go that there was something amiss.
Yeah.
So I sort of, from about the age of 3, he was seeing a paediatrician and an occupational therapist.
Yeah.
So sort of we got Callum at an early age.
Yeah.
And even before he started school, there was this statement in place, even before he started school. Because they was of the opinion that he needed a special needs statement.
Well, Sean, like my oldest son has ADHD, and he has ODD, which they call oppositional defiance disorder. And he was walking by the time he was almost a year. He had all his teeth in by the time he was a year and a half. And it was just like, he just went through everything really quick. But when Sean was born, like, he didn't want to be out of his playpen. He had colic for the first 6 months. And he didn't end up walking until he was almost a year and a half.
Well, you see, Callum wasn't walking till he was nearly 2. And then they sort of paediatrician after paediatrician, all these tests, you know. I mean, at 2 years old, you don't want your kid going through all these tests and all this, you know, malarkey.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, even to this day, we've never had a definite diagnosis of what it is.
Yeah.
You know, we've been told, I mean, there's something called dyspraxia.
Yeah.
Now, it presents itself similar to autism.
Right.
And also, in some ways, very similar with ADHD and also with, like, dyslexia. Dyspraxia it's they're all do these different things, all amalgamation.
I mean, you know, I mean, Callum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Callum's been to several paediatricians. I mean, at one time they thought he'd got this Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which not a lot of people have heard of. But it's, you know, Izzy in Coronation Street in the wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
Well, that is what she's got, and it's basically joint dysplasia.
Oh wow.
Now they thought at one time it was that, But basically, they've put it down to low muscle tone in his arms and his legs.
Yeah.
You know, and basically, he's not got very good coordination. Well, and to eye coordination.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, in my mind, to do the things that he does in cookery and wants to be a chef, it's a testament to Callum
that he's done it.
Exactly.
You know, they've labelled him as not very, very well coordinated, blah, blah, blah. And it's you know, Equinox says my eldest lad has ODD along with ADHD, ADD and bipolar. But
that's basically me.
You know what I mean? I mean, I often say I don't look at Callum any different from anybody else.
Yep.
Because he's got his own strengths and his own weaknesses. But it's very much like me. I mean, it's like it panics if the bus doesn't come on time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jason.
You know, when it panics if something's not just right, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, my George is like that. George does that.
You know, I mean,
everything has to be a certain structure.
Yeah. And Callum is the same, Bella, as your grandson.
Yeah.
He has never ever lied.
No.
Yeah.
You know, he tells it as it is.
Yeah, that's a sign of that kind of illness. Or illness. That's sort
not
of
an illness. It's not an illness. That's the thing. They are invisible illnesses, but they're just. You know, people say they're ill, but you're not. They're not exactly.
No, it's not an illness.
It's what I call a way of life, Adam.
Yeah,
a way of life. You know, there are certain
people.
Just different people got different chemistries.
Yeah,
you know, I look at it this way. There's certain people put on this earth to be different.
Yeah.
No,
you know what I mean?
I don't like the word different. Even though people don't like this word, I prefer like it's special. We are special because we are special. We are unique. We're all unique. We've all got our own different problems, and we're all special in our own way. But it's not saying we're special needs, but we are special.
I know what you're saying. I mean, and so I'm same as you. I wouldn't label it as a disability, if you know what I mean. It's just, you know, all people are different. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I don't class Callum as, you know, being different. You see, this is the thing as well, Bella. Like Wednesday, they're doing an open day or a taster at the college that he wants to go to, the hospitality catering thing. Now, Callum's whittling himself silly. How do I get there?
Yeah.
You know, and basically, another thing that's cropped up as well, the trams are on strike round here. So his basic thing to get there, it can get on the tram and it drops him off more or less right next door to the college. But now he's panicking because the trams are on strike. If I can't get a tram, you know, I says, well, don't worry yourself, because I went on the Travel South Yorkshire, because on the letter that he had, you know, if you want to plan your journey, just go on, but the site wasn't available. So he's a bit like me. I mean, I'm the same, you know. I've got to, but I can't say I'm sane, but I do tend to panic.
Yeah.
George he has to have everything kind of structured. Like, he was at school one day and Emma changed your front room around and she put the dining table the other side of the room. And when he came home, he panicked about eating his dinner because the dining table wasn't where it always is. And
Callum's the same. And, you know, I mean, like, we like the bedroom door open. Now Callum's got to have it closed.
Yeah.
He's got to have it closed.
The things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bella, could you do me a favour, please?
Yes.
Could you just type something in the chat for me? Because I just need to do something.
I can't, because let me put it on the phone because I'm on my iPad.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. No worries, I've just put it on my phone.
Yeah, but I mean,
The
Nick
thing
said
that I
both
always
me.
go by, the thing I always go by is my George has got a lovely heart. He's a good little boy. Your Callum has got a lovely heart. He's a good boy.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's how you judge.
yeah,
Whatever it is and whatever his other struggles or differences may be, the heart, the person that they are.
yeah.
My Georgie's got, and your
That's right.
Callum's a lovely boy. You know I'm always saying that.
And Nick said both me and Adam are classed as disabled because of the bipolar disorder. But you see, as they often say, not all disabilities can be seen. I mean,
That's right.
you know, I hate sort of being a label, if you know what I mean. I'm disabled,
Sorry.
but you know, I hate the label being disabled, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We're different, you know. I mean, I've got my physical disabilities or struggles, and Adam and Nick have got their mental struggles.
Yeah.
I've got mental and physical ones, so I've got a mixture of both.
Hi, Emily. How did you get on at college?
Are you all involved?
You know, to label, you know. You see, I mean, this goes back as well to, you know, Pound World are shutting down the stores this week.
Oh,
Combination,
Yeah,
you know. I mean, I've had several instances where, you know, you can hear, you know, about the size.
Yeah.
And I often say to them, I might be fat, but I'm not deaf and blind. You know, I can hear and see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and the phrase "don't judge a book by its cover" comes to mind.
Well, I always say if anyone says anything like that, I'd say, yeah, I'm fat, but you're ugly. At least I can lose weight.
Well, that's exactly my, because I got this slack when we lived in Sutton in Ashfield. There was 2 or 3 girls in there, and they're all sniggering and they're all laughing. And you know, I walked past them. I says, "Well, look, Duck." I says, "I'm fat." I says, "And I can slim." I says, "You stuck with that effing ugly mug for the rest of your life."
Exactly.
Why? The reason why I wanted various people's names was I was just adding a few channels to my featured channels on my main page. So
yeah.
you have been added, people.
Anyways, guys, I'm gonna have to go because I have to make a pit stop and I'm starting to fall asleep here. So
Oh, bless
As I say, I'll not be going on for much longer because it is 5 to 12. So I'll give it another 5 or so minutes, and then I will be shutting it down.
And then you kick us out of the house.
yeah.
Emily, you are on there. I have just added you, Emily. So, ooh.
Well, there you go.
I've added people who I enjoy and I trust and I like.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Bella?
When's Vicky's next quiz?
Tonight at 6 p.m. my time, it's food trivia.
Oh, food. Oh, I'll be up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be up for that too.
I want to say it might be a little late for me and the old pixie.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I expect I'll need relief from Max by then.
Me?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Because I post 12 o'clock.
Bye, honey.
Bye, darling. Bye.
Bye.
And then
Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just sitting here munching a bag of blue M&Ms. Want some?
Tut. Where's ours? Not fair. I'm not.
You can have sure.
Got DJ Ian showing us all the limited edition Smarties the other day and everything. So yeah, I mean, I don't know whether Keith will be doing the coffee morning tomorrow. I don't know.
If he doesn't,
it's normally 11, Nick. So I'm just thinking, yeah, it is 11. Hi, Carolyn. I won't be going on for much longer because I have got to shoot off at 12 o'clock because I've got to go to my son's school.
What's 11? Keith tomorrow?
I don't know. Sometimes he does, sometimes he don't, Bella. I mean, I don't know, but anywho's, if Keith don't do it, I'll go. My college teacher was there and he re-enrolled me.
Excellent.
Good job, Emily.
Congratulations, Emily.
Well done, Emily.
Get back into studying.
She's now a student.
But yeah, some as I say, I mean, okay, got up a bit late. Well, you see, I did start at the usual time, but unfortunately, I have to shoot off at 12 o'clock because I've got a taxi coming at 12:30. I've got to go to Callum's school. She says I've only done it for the discounts.
Which shops do you get discounts in then, Emily?
Can you cut it down?
Yeah. Glass is it?
Oh yeah, but you've got a glass cutter.
That sounds a bit ominous, Bella. Have you cut it down?
No, he's bought he vapes as well, but he's got a different machine, different vape machine, and he's sent to the spares, and they've sent the wrong bit.
Oh.
So I'm saying, can't you cut it? Because it's just too long. I said, can't you cut it? But it's glass, and we don't have a glass cutter.
No.
It'd probably be better off just sending it back and saying, well, look, you've sent me the wrong things, you know.
Yeah.
Sort your act out.
It does happen sometimes.
Doesn't fit.
No, there's a gap. There you go. In the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is following you round.
Yeah.
I think she wants a wee.
No, she's after my toast.
She's after you too.
Has your toast gone limp, Bella?
Huh?
Has your toast gone limp?
She's after his toast. Honestly, she sits there and I say, no, you don't have to, no. And she gets big brown eyes and she's got her, I feel sorry for myself, look. I'll take a bit.
just to get her off in your case.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Giving her.
I bet any money it's Kate, Nick.
Yeah.
What?
Who's watching Thomas the Tank Engine?
Oh.
I thought she was watching Balamori. What?
No. You're both wrong. It's just CBeebies.
What do you have?
So you're not watching Tinky Winky Dipsy and Lala and Poe then?
I don't think
Not today.
Oh.
It's like Show Me, it's called.
Has it got Mr. Tumnus in it? Because he's in everything. Mr. Tumnus, whatever his name is.
Mr. Thomas. That girl who plays Poe is in it, and Chris. That's as much as I've picked up on it.
I'm going to say.
What do you watch the telly, Jeanette? What do you like to watch?
What do I like to watch? I watch a lot of crime documentaries.
Me too. Me too. I
love that stuff.
I watch because we've got Sky. You see, I watch Investigation Discovery.
Exactly me.
I watch Crime and Investigation.
HTV's a good one.
Beth just said 9 o'clock Thursday, ITV. There's a good murder documentary.
Oh,
CSI Sunday.
It was like that girl that got murdered.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, I forgot what her name was. Oh, and did anybody know that the lady that was poisoned by the Novichok poison has died?
Yeah, she died last night.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
There's 2 more people in Salisbury been poisoned with that Novichok poison.
What is that?
Both was in critical condition, but the ladies died last night.
Didn't know anything about it.
Jeez.
But yeah, the programmes, I mean, I like the soaps. I only watch EastEnders, Emmerdale and EastEnders. But I do like the crime you know, like First 48 Hours and what's others that I watch? You know, Diabolical, Dying for Love or something, you know.
Yeah, I love all that.
You
know. Do you like things like 24 Hours in Police Custody? And
oh, yes, I do watch 24 Hours in
Couple
Police.
to Kill.
24 Hours in A&E.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I also like Duty Behind Closed Doors, but that's got something.
But you see, Equinox says Criminal Minds. Now I've never watched that. That is sort of like. I mean, I like the real life, the real, you know, not sort of the CSI and things like that. I don't watch anything like that. I'm more
real stories.
Yeah, you know,
true crimes and that sort of thing.
Vanessa Kitty says, are they testing the area to take for more Nervate? Well, what it is, they can't pinpoint actually where they've picked it up. Now, I don't know whether they both lived in like a homeless hostel. Now, it's shown you some CCTV footage this morning of them walking around like an off license. So they don't know exactly where they've picked it up. So, yeah, couples that kill and women that kill. And I tell you what, I watched not so long back. I forgot what the title of it was, but it were like women that were giving birth in prison.
Oh, no.
You know, it's like things like that. You know, I tend to veer to them and say I do watch a lot of investigation, discovery, or
So that's my favourite programs too, you know.
You know, basically the real life things that really happened. You know what I mean?
Past 12, you know.
Unsolved mysteries.
Right. I better shut it down because it's 3 minutes past 12. I was getting away with myself there, Bella. I'm glad you reminded me. So, yeah, I want to thank Adam. I want to thank Bella and Kate and Vicky and Eagle VP for coming on the panel. And I shall see you in one capacity or the other in the morning.
Yep.
Whether it be on my channel or whether it be on Keith's channel, I don't know yet. So thank you, everybody, for coming in, and I'll see you all in the morning.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.